The slap cracked through the training yard like a whip, echoing off the concrete walls and silencing every breath around them. Dust drifted in the sunlight as the young recruit staggered back, her cheek blazing red, her eyes filling but refusing to break. General Rourke towered over her, convinced she was just another weak girl who didn't belong here. But in that moment, as she steadied herself, something shifted, something quiet, dangerous, and utterly unexpected. Her name was Liana Hale, the smallest in her class, the one others whispered about when they thought she couldn't hear. She had come into the military with nothing but a promise she made to her late mother: prove them wrong, but never lose yourself. Yet, as she tasted blood on her tongue, she wondered whether staying silent was strength or surrender. She wondered whether this was the moment to walk away or rise. Around her, the crowd of trainees murmured nervously. Some looked away, ashamed. Others watched eagerly, hungry for drama. But Liana saw none of them. All she saw was the man before her, respected general whose authority no one dared question, and the tiny voice inside her whispering, "Hold your ground." Rourke smirked, mistaking her stillness for fear. "If you break from a tap," he barked, "you'll never survive the field." But Liana did not break. She breathed in the heat, the dust, the weight of every eye on her. And then, calmly, she asked the one question that froze the yard. "Sir, may I show you what surviving actually looks like?" Gasps rippled through the crowd. Even the wind seemed to pause. Rourke opened his mouth, whether to laugh or to punish. No one knew when the ground trembled beneath them. A shout erupted from the watchtower. "Training structure collapse, west side. We need help, now." Everyone turned. A half-built obstacle tower had caved in, trapping a young cadet beneath the rubble. Metal beams screeched. Dust poured like smoke. Rourke surged forward, but the moment he stepped into the collapse zone, a support chain snapped above him. A massive wooden slab swung loose, dropping toward him like a guillotine. He froze. For the first time in years, fear washed over his face, and Liana moved. There was no hesitation, no calculation, only instinct. Her boots pounded the dirt. Her breath cut the air. She dove beneath the falling weight, grabbed the chain, and drove her heels into the ground, letting out a sound that was half grunt, half defiance. Her arms trembled violently, but she held the entire weight back, giving Rourke just enough time to stumble free. 5 seconds. That was all it took. 5 seconds for the weak girl to save the man who struck her. The yard fell into stunned silence. Even the trapped cadet stared in disbelief as Liana rerouted the fallen beam and crawled deeper into the rubble. With coordinated commands, clear, steady, authoritative, she directed the trainees around her. They obeyed without question. Tools clanged in rhythm, boots moved in unison, and for the first time since she arrived, Liana wasn't the outsider. She was the anchor everyone followed. When they finally lifted the last slab and freed the cadet, applause erupted, not scattered or hesitant, but loud, rolling, unstoppable. Rourke stood at the edge of the crowd, hands shaking, eyes wet with something he hadn't shown in years: humility. He approached her slowly. "Liana, I was wrong," he said, voice breaking. "Strength isn't always loud, and bravery doesn't look the way I thought." The moral weight hung in the air. Some wondered if she would forgive him. Some wondered if she should. The question itself felt like a mirror held up to every heart there. Liana wiped the dust from her palms. "Everyone learns," she said softly, "even generals," and somehow, that gentleness struck harder than any slap ever could. In the orange glow of the setting sun, the yard felt transformed, not because she proved him wrong, but because she proved herself right. Because kindness doesn't vanish, it waits, and it finds its way back. And the echo of that first slap faded into something else entirely. A reminder that the smallest spark can reshape even the hardest steel. If you want more powerful stories like this one, don't leave without hitting subscribe. Your next favorite story is already on the way.